guys, welcome back to Live Life with Love with me, Lisa. I hope you guys had a good week. I had a very interesting past couple of days. I always use interesting for an adventurous kind of thing. Yesterday was the first time we've lost power this year. It's been a while since I've been home when there's a blackout, so it was kind of interesting. It wasn't the worst weather we've had so far, because we've gotten like 10-inch snowstorms, but it was a mix of snow, sleet, freezing rain, all together, all day long. And I got to drive in every one of those stages of the storm, so that was an adventure in itself. But it did get so wet and heavy that it took out a few power lines, and there was quite a few people without power. But it went off shortly after I got home, and it came back on about 3 o'clock this morning. So that was a plus. That I didn't have to wake up without power. That was nice, because I know that some people do. So now I want to get to my good feelings jar. And if you remember, it's my lovely mailbox. And I actually have 2 that I'm putting in there today. I've decided not to, well, I'll read one of them to you guys. I don't want to read more than one. So this is dated for earlier this week. I actually started making a dress, and I started from scratch without a pattern. I made my own pattern, and it fits. I got a little bit hemming, and I have to put a zipper on it, but a few more details to it, but other than that, it fits almost perfectly. So I'm really proud of myself that I was able to do that and have it come out looking as good as it does. So I was really impressed with myself with that one. And so that was my good feelings. I also am wearing scarf number 2. I'm hoping for spring here, if you can't tell. So I've been looking for things to talk about this week, because I feel like each week I'm struggling more and more to find things. I'm not getting any responses on Twitter or Facebook anymore at this point. And nobody's writing in the comment section below, so it is starting to get a little discouraging, but I still have hope, and I'm still trying to spread love, and I hope that you guys will help me do the same. I was really hoping to hear some things from you guys, and I always hate when I don't. I always ride my sister and my mom trying to get them to say something, but half the time they don't anymore. So I may have to start doing a few more reminders for you guys. But I really do want this to spread love, and I want to spread good feelings and hope, and there's not a lot of that out there. So I get reminded every day how little there is. I was actually walking out of Walmart this week, and this car was pulling out in the slush, and it was making so much noise, and it just drove around and past, and as it started going straight out of the parking lot, someone in the back seat hollered, "Yeah, we'll drive the pounds right off you," or something like that. They were just like, and it's something that would have used to upset me, but when they said it, I wanted to laugh, because they were trying to insult me because I'm fat, and I'm thinking, I'm proud of who I am now. It doesn't matter what size I am. Yes, I am still trying to lose weight. It is a New Year's resolution, but their opinion no longer hurts me. And I felt really good about that. In my line of work, being a CNA, it is very easy to forget that you are taking care of people. You know, it becomes a chore, an object, something you have to do. And a lot of my coworkers sometimes forget, hey, this person has feelings. Because when someone lives in a home, they don't want to be there. Nobody wants to be in a home. I mean, you have to be crazy to want to be in one. You're either in there because you're injured or you can't take care of yourself. And nobody wants to deal with the fact that they can't take care of themselves. And then nobody comes to visit. People don't get visitors very often. I mean, sometimes you get those with the overcaring families, and they want to be there and they're there every day. But otherwise, you are the staff is 90% of our people that we take care of. Depending on where you work, it's client, consumers, residents. We are 90% of their human interaction. And I think it's easy to forget that you could be so important in someone's life when you're just doing your work. So I like to take a little time every week and just realize, like, in my first episode, I wanted you guys to do one good thing. Well, I do that every day with my residents. I try to do that one thing that might brighten up their day. I'm actually building up quite a few relationships at work with some of the residents, and I'm really proud of myself about that. I'm glad that they're communicating with me more. Also, the more they see me helps, and working overnights, they don't really see me, so that doesn't really help. So to make an impression is, a plus. Something I did this week that I'm really proud of myself is I actually got to go to a social gathering at work instead of a meeting or training, which is usually what fills my days when I go to work when I'm not supposed to be working. It was nice. We got to sit and chat with each other and just have a good time, a good laugh. It was a Sunday, so we were watching the Patriots on the TV, and we were just chilling and enjoying a good time and sharing stories, remembering people we've taken care of, and it was a good time. And to be able to hang out and build that repertoire again, being overnight, I don't get to see a lot of people, so it's nice to build that up, and it was nice to have that. I really hate that I have nothing worldwide to share. All I can do is try and tell you guys how I share love and hope in my life every day. I get honest, guys. I'm not always great at it. There are days when I say things I shouldn't. But that's what makes us human, and being able to understand and forgive that and be surrounded by people that can handle that and still love you and support you no matter what, that's what life is about. So I am thankful today to have the support system again that I always do. I say it almost every time, that I have an amazing support group and an amazing family, and I do. So I like having that, and it's something that everybody needs and everybody forgets they need. So even if you're not related to somebody, a good friend even, try and be there for them this week. I want to make sure that, look under the surface, because sometimes people are hiding things they don't want to talk about. I was feeling pretty down the other day, and I was in a really bad funk because ever since I became a One Direction fan, I've gone through a lot less bouts of depression and feeling like I don't matter when my brain tells me I do matter. My brain has always told me I matter. But I get through these things where I feel like I don't. And those were pretty hard. And ever since becoming a fan of One Direction was my saving grace. Their ability to love and just the amazing things they do for people, it's what sparked that back up in me, and I am so glad that I found them and that they do, because then I wouldn't have this channel if I didn't. And I'm hoping that one day this channel reaches so many more people. As of now, it only reaches a select few, but I hope it's changing your life and helping you see things a little bit differently every day. But I still do occasionally go through little bouts of sadness that I don't, I could be having a great time, but I all of a sudden feel sad, and I was texting someone while I was feeling that way, and I was like, well, like, I kind of need to talk, and like, well, I'm dealing with some stuff too, and I'm like, alright, well, you tell me first, because I always do. I'll always listen to someone else's problem first, and or I try to. And they told me, and my problem seemed so insignificant, because feeling sad isn't a really big problem, that I just told them it was nothing. And they're like, no, come on, tell me. And so I told them like just a little bit of it, and all of a sudden they came back with so much support and so much love, and it made me feel so happy that that sadness was gone for the rest of the day. And I haven't had it back yet, so we'll call that a win-win. Thank you guys so much for listening to me again. I really don't think I'm going to leave homework this week because no one does it anyway. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you guys to share my advice. I want you guys to tell me an instant when you have taken a step back and rethought what you were doing. Rethought how it affected other people, because we've all done it. We've all done something without thinking, and then we've gone back and we look and we see and we go, oh, I'm doing this wrong. I need to change my view. I need to change my ways. Raising a kid, you do it all the time. I get so frustrated with my niece sometimes because she's so hyper and energetic and she gets out of control. And sometimes, a lot of the times when I'm ready to scold her, I'll say her name first. And then I take that second to say her name. And that second is my second to breathe and change and reevaluate. So, I mean, anyone can do it. So, I want to hear about one time you guys did it, that it was helpful and you got a positive response back. That is your homework this week. Without further ado, though, because I have nothing else to say, from my heart to yours, lots of love. Bye, guys.